Following up, everyone. For today's presentation, I'll be presenting on social media addiction, a growing concern. Introduction. For the past few years, social media is predominantly become the main form of communication, expressivity, and amusement. Nevertheless, as its use becomes customary and extreme, researchers and psychiatrists have raised their concern about the growth of social media addiction, a social addiction which impedes daily life. So, everyone has been using social media has become an obsession. Everyone has preferred to distance themselves from social life. And today we'll be talking about the factors on the causes, how it affects our mental health, and interceding factors on how we can solve this new addiction. Yeah, the trend in social media addiction, a bibliographic review conducted by Zhang et al. In Frontiers in Psychology graphed the universal inquiry of social media obsession. He analyzed close to 1,000 academic articles and a significant rise over the past several years, specifically since 2017. Studies showed that most research focused on teenagers and youths with frequent themes, which includes academic decline, emotionally unstable, and social exclusion. So the trends of social media is very common. So because of the excessive use of social media, students decline academically, they tend to fail, uh, they become emotionally unstable, and they exclude themselves from the environment. Um, Psychological impacts and mediating factors. Hussein and Griffiths published a study in cyber psychology, examines how social media obsession affects the user's mental health, especially in university environments. The research affirmed a strong bond between obsession systems and growing levels of depression and anxiety. Significantly, self-esteem was identified as a major intercessor, indicating that individuals with poor self-esteem is more vulnerable to damaging effects and perhaps more likely to become obsessed. In the university setting, there are a lot of people. You have a lot of friends, but people tend to uh, isolate themselves. They just focus on social media a lot. They do not care for other things, for the surrounding, okay? And therefore, some of them have a low self-esteem because they tend to be closed, right? And therefore it has damaging effects to oneself and their psychological state. Effects on behavioral and lifestyle. Study emphasizes behavioral repercussion of social media obsession. A study in the International Journal of Mental Health and Addiction in 2023 found that individuals with high social media obsession scores declared reduced academic efficiency, sleep deprived, and a growing social withdrawal. Because of this, as mentioned, they withdraw themselves from the society, from the environment. They exclude themselves from activities, and they this paradigm suggests correspondence with other behavioral addictions. For instance, gambling. Right? Interventions and preventative measures. How we can tackle this. Confronting the addiction stipulates a versatile procedure which involves both individual level intercession and wider communal tactics. So this it needs both parties, yourself and the community's help to overcome this addiction and to come away from this obsession over social media. The most effective curative approaches recognized in the literature is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, that helps individuals acknowledge and review twisted thought models and drive obsessive social media use. CBT urges healthier coping instruments, setting goals, and time control, crafts which can reduce addiction on social media platforms. So cognitive behavioral therapy, it suggests urges that we set time for using social media. So maybe you have 30 minutes, maybe an hour you spend on social media, and then you come back, do your work, and or maybe if you're studying and you need a break, 10, 20 minutes break, use your phone, relax a bit, and then come back and do your schoolwork. So that's what cognitive behavioral therapy is all about. Besides therapy, internet literacy programs, especially those carried out in schools, have shown guarantee in providing teenage users with the vital thinking skills needed to guide social media attentively. These programs frequently concentrate on self-analysis, emotional control, and understanding the compelling design characteristics rooted in social platforms. Right? These findings highlight that any intercession must be holistic and cooperation concerning scholars, psychiatrists, and parents. So, in order to do this, it has to be from a holistic point of view, and it also needs the cooperation of your psychiatrist, maybe your teachers, your parents. Restraining efforts should not only center on decreasing screen time, but also on nurturing real-world association. Eh? Not only to reduce your screen time, which is set time limits, like we're talking about 20 minutes or 1 hour break if you need, but instead you can substitute that with physical activities. Eh? We play, run, farm, socialize with society, and confront primary emotional needs that usually drive uh, extreme online commitment. So, yeah, summary. The obsession over social media constitutes a complicated and developing challenge that crosses with soundness of mind, academics, and technology. Although the current publications offer beneficial insights into its motives and repercussions, additional lengthy research is needed to grasp long-term effects and generate endurable resolution. Battling this issue will need harmonized efforts from scholars, practitioners, and legislators. So, in order to battle this, it needs effort from everyone, not only yourself, but your parents, your teachers, your peers. It needs the society, everyone's help to overcome this. Um, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this presentation. Thank you for listening in, and I hope that you've learned something and that it may help you to overcome this new addiction. Vinaka.